Today, I want to talk about a great way to use YouTube for learning languages. And this video is especially useful for those of you who are trying to take IELTS. All right, so you might wonder, how can I use this video to my advantage if I'm taking IELTS? Let's have a look at it.
In Indonesia, coconut farmers utilize a waterway transportation system to move harvested coconuts efficiently. Once enough coconuts are collected, they are placed into a canal and carried by the current to a designated location. At the end point, workers retrieve the coconuts from the water, working quickly since coconuts cannot remain submerged for too long. This system can carry as many coconuts as one can throw at it, making it a much more efficient and convenient alternative to road transport. In Indonesia.
All right, so those of you who are taking the IELTS are already familiar with writing task 1, where you have to write a report, sometimes for a process. And this is a process. It's a very exciting and fascinating way to try writing these types of writings. For example, you're watching the video and you see something like this.
Coconut farmers utilize a waterway transportation system to move harvest.
First of all, there are good words. Utilize a waterway transportation system to move harvested coconut efficiently. Once enough. So as you know, in processes, we are dealing with a sequence of things. First, something is done. After doing that, then something else is done afterwards, prior to. These kinds of words are really common in this type of questions. Okay, so here you actually get to practice that. All right. Once enough coconuts are collected, they are placed into a canal. So this is already a process. And then you can change the words. All right. You can actually block the subtitles and you can watch it without a sound and explain the process. However, it does not end there. I can use a great AI Notebook LM to make the most of this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy the link, and then I will go to Notebook LM. I'm gonna create a new. Okay, so I'm going to paste the link here. Insert. Okay, so I can even add more sources here. For example, I can add notes to make it more relevant to the IELTS. All right, I can make notes like how to talk about sequences, how to talk about these kinds of questions. All right, so adding this note will make the generated file more related, more relevant to what you need. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. So all I did was just copy the link, and now I'm going to generate a short podcast based on this source. Let's see. So it's going to take a while before it's generated. Now the file is generated and we can listen to it. Here you can download it. You can listen to it, and it has a great feature that you can make use of, and it's called the interactive mode, where you listen, and if you need something added to the conversation, okay, you can join the conversation and they will take that into consideration. Okay, this is going to take a while. I don't know, for some reason. Yeah, I can just do that, and if I want to join, I will just click on this. Okay, and the hosts of the podcast will actually talk to me. It is very interesting. Maybe I'll try this in another video. But let's listen to the generated conversation.
Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Glad to be here.
So today we're looking at something maybe a bit unexpected. How coconuts get moved around efficiently in Indonesia.
Right. It comes from this short video we saw from Dean Ning on YouTube.
Yeah, it's fascinating. And our goal really is just to explore this method. It looks simple, but, well, there's more to it.
Definitely. What struck me first is how it sidesteps a lot of typical transport infrastructure.
Like roads and trucks, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of defaulting to that, these farmers are using what's readily available, the waterways.
Okay, so let's paint a picture. Farmers are out there, they've harvested the coconuts. That part's pretty standard, I guess.
Yeah, the collection part is, well, collection. But once they've got a good amount,
A pile of them.
a significant pile, yeah. Instead of, hauling them to a truck, they just put them in a canal.
Just like that. Directly into the water.
Directly in. It's sort of the first step of the transport chain, right from the harvest site.
Wow. So the canal becomes, well, it's almost like a natural conveyor belt, isn't it?
Precisely. The current does all the work. It just carries this.
So this will give you a pretty good idea of what you can do with Notebook LM and a simple video on YouTube. So don't just watch videos on YouTube. You might need to linger on them. So if you stumble upon a video that you think will be useful, that aligns with your goal, just stay there and watch that video, maybe save it for later, and then you can create a podcast out of it, which you can later listen to. And if you're a content creator, then you can use that in a variety of ways that you might know better than me. If you found this video useful, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.